I think I found one of my favorite videos of the year. I think I found it. I love this. This is everything to me. So, Sean Hannity thought he was defending, his dear leader, Donald Trump. And, I think he inadvertently, eviscerates Trump. This is such a comprehensive list of the investigations and scandals around Trump that I don't think a left-wing host, if they tried, could have named all of. I think Chris Hayes would have missed 2 or 3 of these, right? And he lives swims in this stuff 24/7. I would have not remembered a bunch of these. But Hannity's here's all the fucked up things Trump did, bro. And doesn't this prove that Democrats are crazy? What are you doing? Now imagine the list of scandals you're about to see. Imagine it was Biden. He would list all these to own him, but he's listing all these to clear Trump's name, even though it doesn't do that at all. So anyway, look, it's only 34 seconds. We're going to run through it one time, then I'm going to go back and go through, some of them and the ones that really stick out to me. But anyway, so here's what he said. This is glorious.
Witch hunt, the Emoluments Clause investigation from the House Oversight Committee, a House Ways and Means investigation into Trump's taxes, another House investigation into Trump's hotel lease, another House investigation into foreign gift disclosures, a D.C. probe into Trump's inauguration fundraising, another similar investigation from the Southern District of New York and the Eastern District of New York and from New Jersey's Attorney General, one impeachment investigation into a regular phone call with Ukraine, a second impeachment investigation into January 6th, yet Mueller's witch hunt. He
just ethered him. That was Mortal Kombat flawless victory type stuff. What are you doing, dog? All right, so now let's get into some more specifics here, because what I tweeted about this is that at least half of these investigations are totally legitimate. They're about crimes or corruption or some malfeasance. Some of them, yeah, I would say, here, right off the bat, Russia collusion investigation. Okay, well, Mueller wasn't able to get Trump on anything involving Russia. So on that front, yeah, you want a check mark in your area there, Hannity, Trump? I'll give it to you. I'm fair. I'm nuanced. I'm objective. I'll try to tell you what's real and what's not real. That one wasn't that real, right? But a lot of the things here are super fucking real. So let's go through them, and then we'll go one by one.
Mueller's witch hunt, the Emoluments Clause investigation.
Okay, that is the most real of all of the investigations into Trump. The most real. So what's the Emoluments Clause? It's basically it's in our Constitution. It's the anti-corruption provision. It basically says you cannot be president and have foreign governments paying you, because that sets up a massive conflict of interest. And now all of a sudden you're likely to govern in a way that's going to help the foreign power, and you're not governing for our country. And so, there's a number of examples of Trump violating this, but just one example is he took about $300,000 from Saudi Arabia through his D.C. hotel. They funneled it to him that way. And then he turned around and he gave them a multi-billion-dollar weapons deal. And he also looked the other way as they killed Jamal Khashoggi, a Washington Post journalist. So they got favorable treatment, and they were paying Trump at the same time. You guys know this fact. I've brought it up a million times, but Jimmy Carter sold his peanut farm because of just the optics of what if a different country gives us money through the peanut farm, and then and that didn't even happen. But he was I got to sell it because I can't have a business and be president, because that sets up a massive conflict of interest. Trump was accepting money from all these various. Michael Flynn, one of Trump's top national security advisors, he was on the payroll of Turkey as he was a national security advisor. He got convicted of this because he didn't register as a foreign agent. And then Trump, of course, pardoned him. But this is, the Emoluments Clause thing is super legit. It is the most legit. It's amazing that he brings that up as if I'm exonerating Trump by listing how he's a fucking corrupt criminal.
From the
Crossfire Hurricane investigation? What is that one? Crossfire Hurricane investigation. I don't know what that means. I don't know that one. Do you guys know that one? Comment if you do.
From the House over.
DC investigates inaugural funds. Yeah, so we've talked about this before. I'm not sure if there were foreign donors there. I wouldn't be surprised if there were. But I know for sure the predatory payday loan industry gave Trump $1 million for his inauguration. And then when Trump got in office, what he did is he dropped the new regulations that were about to go into effect to go after the predatory payday loan industry. And he also dropped cases that were the Obama administration had brought against the predatory payday loan industry. So again, this proves our case, not your case.
Oversight Committee, a House Ways and Means investigation into Trump's taxes.
Yeah. The guy has been a businessman in New York since like the 1980s or 1970s or whatever. And just so everybody understands, you literally cannot be in construction in New York City in the 80s without having mafia connections. In fact, he had connections. I think his lawyer's name at the time was Roy Cohn. Roy Cohn was a well-known mafia attorney. So Trump had connections to the mobsters. But putting the mobster stuff aside, I mean, it's been an open secret for a long time. Trump, of course, does tax evasion. He's done tax fraud and insurance fraud, and this is what the case right now in New York is about, the civil case in New York. They're either going to fine him or they're going to give him the corporate death penalty because his business was committing all these crimes. Now, it might not be him personally, it might be his business, but that's real. That's real, Hannity. He's just saying this to dismiss it all.
Another House investigation into Trump's hotel lease.
The foreign gifts thing is a big deal. We know Saudi Arabia and others, maybe Israel, a bunch of these countries gave him gifts. There's too much going on here. What I notice is what Hannity's saying and the list on the screen is not lined up, so I'm like struggling which one to respond to. Do I go with the thing on the screen? Do I go with what he's saying?
Investigation into Trump's taxes. Another House investigation into Trump's hotel lease. Another House investigation into foreign gift disclosures.
That's real, dude.
A D.C. probe into Trump's inauguration.
Okay, the January 6th committee was on the screen here. You saw that? January 6th impeachment investigation. I mean, they're talking about the second impeachment? Well, yeah, they did that because he was egging on the rioters right before they went and stormed the Capitol. So that was the second impeachment. I mean, I think it was a little silly because he was on his way out anyway, so why impeach him? But, that's real, right? Like, that's a real thing. The January 6th committee investigation is real. Like, there's real issues and crimes there. Like, why is he acting like this is crazy?
Trump's inauguration fundraising. Another similar
Ukraine phone call impeachment investigation. Look, you could argue whether or not that rose to the level of he should be impeached over it, but in terms of the substance of what Trump did there, yeah, he was obviously trying to pressure a foreign power using leverage, and that's like super questionable to say the least. And if a Democrat had done that, I have no doubt that Hannity would be going after the Democrat. The other thing is, I love how they wrote this on the screen. Hush money payment investigation. Yeah, and I even think they go on to put on like Stormy Daniels on the screen, if I remember correctly. But that was another one where he was just caught stone cold, right? Like, there is no debate about that. Like, we all know he had an affair, and like, again, if a Democrat did this, he lost his mind over Monica Lewinsky when it was Bill Clinton, right? But Trump does it with Stormy Daniels, and there's like hush money, and he's just like, this is nothing, bro. He doesn't even try to, that's the thing, he doesn't even try to make a counter argument. He doesn't even try. He's just like, here's the things they say Trump did. I don't care if they're right or wrong. Either way, I'm against them investigating it because I like Trump, bro. Well, that's fucking stupid.
Investigation from the Southern District of New York and the Eastern District.
Save America Back investigation. This one right here is about how he raised $250 million telling his people we're going to stop the steal, and then none of that money went towards stopping the steal. And by the way, there wasn't a steal, just for the record, but he said we're going to raise it and we're going to fight this thing and we're going to win, and then he took the money and he fucking pocketed it. How can he do this? How can he list this? This is the least self-aware thing I've ever seen in my life. Trump's net worth investigated in the House. Yeah, because he lied about it. And again, he lies about his properties because he wants to overvalue it when he's pumping up his properties, and he wants to undervalue it when he goes to pay taxes. That's tax fraud. Use of private email by Jared and Ivanka. I mean, that's rich just because they went after Hillary for the same thing, but they were doing it.
District of New York and from New Jersey's Attorney General. One impeachment investigation into a
possible money laundering investigation, Saudi Arabia nuclear venture investigation. Yeah, that's the thing Ken Klippenstein reported on in 2019. And this is another reason why people are like, holy shit, he has classified documents, is because Saudi Arabia was looking for nuclear secrets, and Trump's team was working with them over that. Well, hold on now. Now you stole classified information, you stole top secret information, 48 folders were empty at Mar-a-Lago, and Jared also at the same time happens to get $2 billion from Saudi Arabia, and Trump gets at least $100 million from Saudi Arabia for hosting golf events at his courses. Yeah, there's something sketchy there. What information are you passing off? The Saudi Arabia nuclear investigation should go further. Again, he brings this up like, there's nothing, bro.
A regular phone call with Ukraine, a second impeachment
regular phone call with Ukraine.
Investigation into January 6th, yet
See, now the argument he's trying to make is like, you got all these things, but Trump's still standing. That's the argument he's trying to make, but it's like, dude, As a general rule, yes, elites in the U.S. get away with their crimes. Ask George W. Bush. Ask Dick Cheney. That's the way this works, right? It's been the case for all of modern American history and even going back further than that. So yes, elites get away with their crimes. But this list is just evidence of the criminality of Trump. So it's just so funny. The lack of self-awareness is ridiculous. Honestly, this is a glorious clip, though. I enjoyed every second of it. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.